All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, Taylor. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Throwing on first down. Fields. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. To throw is Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Tighten down. There you go.
2nd and 2. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly,
that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Taylor. "25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down."
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Looking to throw. Fields. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take, and I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Watson on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Mixon with a first down carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
On 2nd down and 4, Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Set. 19. Alert flare. Alert flare. 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 Check 26. Check 26. Switch. 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 Kill. And let's go.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far. But 2nd and 13 here. Now Joe Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
To throw again on second down. Watson flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, lived to fight another down, right?
And he comes back with one complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Throwing on third down, Watson. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Andy Isabella, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 1st and 10, Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go, 50, 50, Mike 50. He don't know no better. Like 50
To throw on second down. Fields. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
Now a give, right side. Taylor. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch the curl. Hey, switch gears. Alert 3, Alert 3.
On second down, it's Taylor. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Hey, let's go. You're trapped.
Back to throw. Fields under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Check. Switch.
They'll run with Mixon. And an alley to run. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Joe Mixon, 83 yards. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. First down, Fields, complete, Smith has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. throwing on first down. Fields. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Watson. This one caught by Isabella. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Watson now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Watson being chased out left. He'll try and run it. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Safety's creeping. Check it back. Check it back.
On first down, Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 22-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And that is no good. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 39, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Oh, you got deep? Switch it to 6. Pull it. Now.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. third down. It's Taylor. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. From 13 yards out. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down.
Now it's Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Check 24, check 24. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 52.
On first down, Mixon. He's got the first down and more inside the 40.
You ain't going nowhere.
38 yards on the scamper there.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Here's Watson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now they run with Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Watch the run, watch the run. Double time, double time. 3 down, 3 down. Rush in, rush in, rush in. No,
Again, it's Mixon. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. They come out here in the eye.
come on. Man left, man left. Out. 5 down.
Now here's Pollard. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tony Pollard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Rosas good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
I'm coming after you. Check 50, check 50.
They'll run with Taylor. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the score, try.
2nd and 10. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Fields. It's caught. Cooper. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Now a give, right side. It's Taylor. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 22. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Watson. And that is incomplete. Force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. The Seahawks on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the run, it's Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. From the 50, it's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Check three, check three. Alert, alert. Slam, slam. Check, 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 check. And let's go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, blitz coming, and down he goes. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor got some room at the 30, and all the way up to the 31-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Under 10, 10. You're out. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Deep grip, deep grip.
On 3rd down, it's Taylor. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So the victory here for Seattle. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Seahawks,